And is the defense ready as well?
We're ready, Your Honor.
Let the record reflect Mr. Carroll is present with counsel. Attorneys for the state are present as well. And is there any legal reason as to why we should not proceed to sentencing at this time in each one of these cases from the state?
No, Your Honor.
From the defense?
No legal reason. Mr. Carroll does have a statement.
I'll ask him that in a minute.
Yes, ma'am.
And is there any additional evidence that needs to be, that the state would like to present at this time?
No, Your Honor.
Does the defense wish to present any further evidence as to sentencing at this time?
No, Your Honor.
And Mr. Carroll, do you have anything to say as to why sentence should not be pronounced at this time?
No, Your Honor.
Now, you said he wanted to say something, so
does.
if you can, this is the time.
Your Honor, there are not strong enough words in the English language to say how I feel about what I've done, other than to say I am so sorry for the pain, the hurt, and the rage I have caused. It sounds hollow, but it's from the bottom of my heart. I had a blessed and charmed life with remarkable parents, a beautiful wife who was my best friend and the best mother I've ever seen in my life. I had two absolutely perfect daughters who lived just God-like lives. I had friends from around the world, a job I loved, and a business I worked so hard for 32 years to build up. And I was involved in various groups that were making a difference. I had such an envious life. I have always tried to follow God's plan for my life, and I believe that God's plan was for me to be a giver and for me to try to help people that needed help, and that was what I did every day of my life. And that is why my family and friends and these parents cannot believe I can do what I did to these victims. I can't believe it's still myself because it's so unlike my nature. And I can't believe that I hurt these wonderful girls. These parents who allowed me into their lives as a friend and who I dearly love have suffered the ultimate betrayal, and that's the betrayal of a friend toward their daughters. These parents should not feel guilty about what happened to their daughters because there's no way they could imagine that I would hurt them. And, I was the neighbor next door, and that's what made me so dangerous. I mean, I let my own daughters stay at people's houses, it seems like every weekend, and never thought about my own daughter being in danger from people like me. But I do know one thing for sure, and that is that I wanted to get caught, and I wanted this horrific behavior by me to stop. I have pled guilty because I am guilty, and because I care so much for these girls and their welfare. And I couldn't stand to put them through the trauma and pain of reliving what I put them through at a trial. Hopefully they've started to heal, and a trial would have been just a cruel setback for them to have gone to trial. I'm also pleading guilty to save my incredible family from the agony of a trial. They need to put the hurt and the betrayal behind them and begin to look forward to their own futures. I hope somehow these parents and the public is comforted by the fact that my receiving life in prison plus 40 years, which is more than most murderers in Travis County, will mean that I will die in prison, a forgotten, broken, and lonely old man. My hope and prayers are that through God's amazing grace and blessings, these girls, their families, and my family will be able to heal and move forward and have wonderful and rewarding lives. Once again, I'll say I am so sorry, and I just wish everybody good luck in years ahead. Your Honor, I'd like to thank the court for appointing me very competent and experienced attorneys who did a great job on a very tough and difficult case, and I'm very happy with their representation. I also would like to commend Assistant District Attorney Wetzel for her dedication and efforts to protect the children of Travis County, and I respect her for that, and I thank her for that. Your Honor, I appreciate your patience and valuable time. Thank you.
Mr. Carroll, your actions shattered the trust of your victims and the trust of our community. You did have it all, and it's a very sad case for all of the people that were involved and for all of the community. Is that all? There anything further from either side before we proceed?
No, Your Honor.
No, ma'am.
In cause number D1DC 08-100023, the court finds you guilty of the offense of aggravated sexual assault of a child, a first-degree felony. The court sentences you pursuant to the plea agreement to serve life in the Institutional Division of the Texas Department of Criminal Justice. In cause number D1DC 08-1000024, the court finds you guilty of the offense of aggravated sexual assault of a child, a first-degree felony. The court sentences you to serve life in the Institutional Division of the Texas Department of Criminal Justice. In cause number D1DC 08-1000026, the court finds you guilty of the offense of aggravated sexual assault of a child, a first-degree felony, and sentences you to serve life in the Institutional Division of the Texas Department of Criminal Justice. In cause number D1DC 08-10000, the court finds you guilty. I'm sorry, I'm going to have to re-say that number. Cause number D1DC 08-1000028. The court finds you guilty of the offense of aggravated sexual assault of a child, a first-degree felony, and sentences you to serve life in the Institutional Division of the Texas Department of Criminal Justice. And in cause number D1DC 08-1000027, the court finds you guilty of the offense of aggravated sexual assault of a child, a first-degree felony offense. The court sentences you to serve 40 years in the Institutional Division of the Texas Department of Criminal Justice. The court further orders that this case is to run consecutively in all of the other cause numbers to which I have sentenced you life to. This case will run consecutively, and I order the clerk to prepare an order to that effect. And in cause number D1DC 08-1000025, the court finds you guilty of the offense of improper photography, a state jail felony offense, and the court sentences you to serve 2 years in the Institutional Division of the Texas Department of Criminal Justice. This case will run along with the life sentences. And the